Hello, welcome back to my channel as always. So this is today's look. It's a little crazy. I actually tried doing it last night, but I was way too tired, so I decided to redo it. The artist that this is inspired by, his name is Danny Perez. I'll put his Instagram and the picture somewhere in this clip, just so you guys can see my inspo. All of the products that I used will be down in the description box as always, and yeah, so if you guys want to know how I did this, then go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so I already did half my face, well, kind of half my face, so I'm going to start on the other side. I'm using the Louise Bases in 0 and 1, and I'm just going to mix them. The 0 is like pure white, and then the 1's kind of like, just like a light beige. Alright, so I'm going to start with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Blue Blood palette, and I'm going to go into Deceased. Alright, so I'm just going to use a tiny little fluffy brush, and I'm just going to focus this mainly just in the upper crease. I'm just doing little tiny like circular motions. And if you guys can see, I'm bringing this pretty far down into the inner corner as well. And then right on top of that, I'm going to mix Blue Blood and I'm Cold together and just use these colors to lightly diffuse the edges. And I always like to bring my eyeshadow kind of like up and out, and we definitely want to focus it mainly like out into the temple area, because you guys can see here I brought a lot of other colors and I just want to mix them all together. So I want to make sure we have a nice little flare going on. And then for my brow bone highlight, I'm going to go in with the color, I believe it says Cullinan, and I'm just going to pop this right on my brow bone. And then also extending that out into the temple area as well. I'm pretty much just going to go back and forth with all of the blue shades and just get a really nice opacity and blend going. Alright, so now I'm going to take a larger fluffy brush, and I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place The Wario 3 by Juvia's, and I'm going to be taking Candence and Fancy? Starting with Fancy or Fancy, whatever it is. It's just a hot pink. I'm going to take the larger fluffy brush and just kind of start tapping this on into my temple, and then slowly kind of like scrubbing it into the skin, and very gently just bringing that into the blue. And bringing this up past the brow bone and a little bit into the forehead. Doesn't have to be like super blended, because this look is, in the drawing or painting, it's a little like blotchy. And then flipping to the other side of the brush, I'm going to go in with that purple and just start again kind of just scrubbing that in on the bottom part of the pink. Okay, so now I can go in with Undertaker, and this is pretty much just like a really dark blue. And I'm gonna go in with, this is, if you guys can see, a little bit of like a pointier fluffy brush, where this one, hopefully that focuses, it's a little bit bigger, and it's also flat on both sides right here, where this one comes to a nice point. So I'm gonna grab this because it is better with precision, and using that dark blue color, I'm just going to put this pretty much all over the entire lid, and then blending that out into the outer V. And the center of the eyelid doesn't have to be like super covered, because we're going to go on top of the pigment anyways. But just deepening this smoky eyeshadow. And then again, kind of dragging and pulling this outwards into the outer V. All right, so now I'm going to take, this is a NYX eyeshadow. This is in Hot Black. This is literally like the blackest black eyeshadow ever. It's freaking insane. So I love it. So I'm just gonna use the same brush and just very lightly. You don't need a lot of this eyeshadow. Oh my God, do you already see that? It's crazy. So just a tiny bit, And focusing this mainly on the inner and outer corners just to really, really, really deepen this. And just kind of dragging the excess into the center of the crease. Actually, I'm going to go back in with my smaller brush and really focus on blending this out because it got a little bit stuck right here. Alright, so that's pretty much it for like all just the main eyeshadows. The last thing I want to do on my eyelid is this pigment. So this is just a random pigment that I have. And it's got, if you guys can see, like, ooh, the cap, it almost has like a blue reflux. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this into the lid, and I like using a flat brush, if I could find mine. So I like using a flat brush, and I'm just going to spritz a little bit of some moisture spray on, just to kind of dampen the brush a little bit. And then I'm going to, if you guys can tell, just mainly focus this just right on the center, kind of coming up to a point. I'm just very lightly tapping this on. And then just slowly diffusing the edges out. All right, ooh. All right, and then taking Undertaker again, which was just that super dark blue that we put in the outer corner. I'm just going to use that and start smoking out the bottom edge, or the bottom lash line. And I'm only gonna bring this about halfway. Oh my God. So then going back with the Juvia's Place palette and taking that hot pink, and I'm gonna pop this right here in the inner corner. And I'm pretty much just following where like my natural dark circle would be. And then also taking the purple from the Juvia's Place palette, and I'm gonna put this right underneath that blue and also follow this upwards. So I'm going to switch back to the fluffy brush, just because I don't want it to be like a definite line. And then taking that pink eyeshadow again, I'm just going to slowly start bringing this down, almost kind of not on top of the cheekbone, but not under either, almost where the blush would be if you were to smile. And I'm not going to go too crazy with the eyeshadow, just because hot pink eyeshadow is so unforgiving. So I'm just gonna get a base going, and now I can take, this is a Too Faced Fruit Cocktail Blush Duo in Plumagranate. If you guys watched my haul video, this is the blush that I said is a little bit like too pinky toned for me, because I like more of like a peach tone blush, but this is gonna work perfect for what we need it right now. So pretty much just putting this all over my cheeks. And on the tip of the nose as well. You can bring it kind of like up the nose a little bit. All right. So pretty much everywhere. And then the very, very last thing I want to do before the eyeliner is I'm going to grab, this is also by Too Faced. It is the Diamond Fire Pressed Highlighter. And I'm just going to pop this over my brow bone just to make it a little bit more iridescent, and then also right here in the inner corner. Alright, so I'm going to try my best to stay in frame just because I'm awful at recording myself doing eyeliner, so this should be fun. So for my waterline, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever Flash Palette. I'm just going to be taking this hot pink cream. I'm pretty sure it will stay on your waterline, but you know, as the day goes on and you blink and your eyes produce natural tears, it most likely will probably wash off. So I'm actually going to set this cream with a pink eyeshadow. As annoying as that is to have crap all in my eyeballs, I just don't want the pink, or I don't want to lose the pink. So I'm just going to put this in my waterline. And then I'm just going to take this tiny little brush and using that hot pink from the Juvia's Place palette and just going in and setting this. One last thing with the pink is I'm just going to go in on this side and do a little teardrop. Okay, so the moment I've been dreading is the actual eyeliner part. So I'm just going to start off by doing just a wing on the top. I always use the Inglot gel liner, number 77. This stuff is so unforgiving, so if you screw up, I'll lay it out. Yeah, it is a mess to clean up, and it is so beyond waterproof. So I always like to mix a little bit of Duraline in it, which is just this like liquid mixing medium, just because the eyeliner can get a little bit dry. So I just have a little drop in there. I'm just gonna start off by just doing regular wing on top. You see how blind I am? I just looked at the monitor. Oh my god, I have the mirror like 2 inches from me. Okay, so for the inner corner, you can see that it kind of comes down and hooks. So I'm gonna try my best to get both sides as even as possible. So we shall see how this goes. God, hopefully you guys can see. All right, so I'm just gonna follow my tear duct and just get the shape going first. Okay, I swear I'm like holding my breath. All right, so I'm just gonna draw the line just straight across my lower lash line first. Not in the waterline, because you don't want to cover up the pink you just did. But right below it. And then for this thing, I think I'm gonna first start off marking how low this side should come down, just so I match it. Like right there. Oh my god, no, this is too low. Oh, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna go for it, I guess. So hard because the skin under my eyes is like so crepey, but whatever. Little tiny brush strokes. Whew, okay, I think we got it. So I just need to do the teardrop and then we are done with this black. One last step, I'm just gonna take that first pigment, or the blue pigment that we used on top, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit onto the black here. You don't have to cover the entire thing, but just a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go apply my lashes, my mascara, and I'll be right back. So now I'm going back in with the Juvia's Place palette. I'm going to be adding this blue color, which is Gola. So I'm gonna be using primarily just these 3 colors. And using my fluffy brush, I'm pretty much just gonna blotch what I did here and just put that up here. There's really no rhyme or reason, I'm just gonna go for it. Alright, so it's looking like a hot mess, but that's alright. I'm going to go in with the Ofra highlighter in Star Island, and I'm going to put this just on like the bridge of my nose, kind of highlight down here, and just a little bit on the forehead. I kind of want to just like have a nice transition from the blue back down to skin. Kind of fading it up into the blue. And I'm also going to grab the Too Faced highlighter again. Alright, so using the Louise Base, I'm just going to use number 1. And I'm just going to go in and start doing these stars. And then I think I'm going to probably set them in like a more of an iridescent shadow, but we shall see. Alright, and then using the Too Faced highlighter again, I'm just going to use this tiny little, like, pointy brush, I guess, and try to fill in some of the stars. I tried to fill in some right here, and they got a little bit fuzzy, but I'm not too worried about that because I'm going to go afterwards and outline it in pink. Alright, so I'm just going to use the Makeup Forever Flash palette again and go in with the pink cream. I think I might use an angled brush, just so that way I can actually just like stamp the line instead of trying to draw it on, because yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to actually draw it on. Kind of flattening the brush so that way the chisel edge is super, super sharp. I'm going to just try to use the edge and just stamp it. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera, and I will be right back. So all we need to do is just add a few rhinestones, some lipstick, and I think that's it. All right, so the second to last thing, then we're finally done. I'm just gonna put some rhinestones like right in here, probably across the bridge of my nose, and then right here. So I do have a few different sizes. I think I'm just gonna primarily be using like these medium and smaller ones, but all right, you guys, so here is the finished look. Honestly, I feel like a pop star. I feel like Lady Gaga. What can I say? So I ended up using a black lipstick. This is just the NYX Liquid Suede in Alien. And then on top of it, I put, oh my god, there's hair getting stuck in my lip gloss. Nasty. I use the NYX Duo-chromatic lip gloss in Day Club. It's just like a green iridescent with like gold reflex. So yeah, so this is pretty much it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, all of the products that I use will be down in the description box, along with all of my social media and all of that fun stuff. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and all right, until the next one, bye.